We promised drama, and the round of 64 delivered.
Oh my god!
Sammy the Screwdriver coming out swinging.
We were treated to the best that REBBL had to offer, and the worst. All apple pies, going in for a blitz, and he has 1 in 9 dates. The Big O have been relentless in their pursuit of glory, but can they keep it up? Now, the Division 1 winners enter the fray, with a former champion among them. The pressure is ramping up, but there's plenty more blood still to be spilled.
Oh, Pizarro, no!
Welcome to the round of 32. Limpy goes in. Have you ever seen this before? And the fourth Doctor.
Bloody hell!
The fourth Doctor dies.
No big deal, boys. We're done.
Oh, stop! What? Oh, that!
First blood. Blower is out.
Intercepted. It's a bull centaur intercept. That is just worse.
This is a massacre right now. The tree will attack on its own here in the REBBL playoffs. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Hello, REBBL, and welcome to some more playoff action. And have we got a game for you? We have. It's me, it's Full Metal. I'm back, and I've been on holiday, and I'm really tanned. And yeah, and I'm joined by some of my very good friends. I have Mr. Hindus.
That's me.
And he's promised
Hello.
not to mention cockroach milk at any point. I've already asked that.
That's actually a lie, but I think we can do that.
And I am, of course, joined by Mr. Crusader himself.
What's going on?
The cream of the casting crop, of course. Now,
Can we not talk about cream?
we do have Steve and Samoa taking the pitch, and they saw a little. I mean, they did pretty well in the last round against Superfed. They proved that they're not afraid to hit a lady, and indeed kill a lady, right? But they have lost T for this game, which could be important because he is a ball carrier. That's going to make things just a little bit more difficult when it comes to hustling the ball around, right?
For a Chaos team? Yeah, certainly.
I mean, it's still a nice looking team. It's pretty solid. They've got a couple of Claw Mighty Blow. That does work against Armor 9, I'm reliably informed, although, yeah, I can't say anything because I'm still under. Oh god, my game. Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah,
Right.
We saw the dying turns of that. That was entertaining.
I heard it was incredibly entertaining, so I just shrugged and smiled. But yeah, it was definitely a thing. It was, yeah. Right, now I'm just looking for their opponents, who it is a lizard team. I'm reliably informed. There's a lot of lizards kicking around.
Yeah, and they're missing one of the Sauruses.
Yeah, this is the Mighty Reptiles under Creaton, and this is actually G-Man versus G-Man. Is that correct? Mighty Reptiles is
yes.
G-Man team, so G-Man are going to be eliminated either way, and they are not missing their ball carrier, who is a ridiculous little skink by the name of Luis Mendoza with Agi 5. That's so sick. That's so good.
I have one complaint about Luis Mendoza. He's not very quick.
I mean, he's movement 8.
Yeah, but like this is a team named after the Mighty Ducks. Luis Mendoza was like the fastest player on ice.
Yeah, to be fair, Guy Germain is actually faster than him, thanks to sprint and sheer feet. But what can you do? They are also missing Connie Maru the Third, or Moreau the Third, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Jesse Hall is going to hurt. Being down a guard in a Chaos matchup is going to sting a little, and Dean Portman is helping the Claw on the way down to AV8. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just a heads up, the game is already live.
Yes, it is indeed. We're in inducements as we started, so we've seen the teams. Who are you guys backing here?
I'll straight up just back the Lizards. I think Samoa is just a little too fresh at the moment. So.
What Rel has in 4 Strength Wolves, G-Man has Agi5 Skinks. That seems to be fair.
And I don't have one. But
literally just kicked.
I'm still backing the Lizards here. Because, for once, the Chaos are lacking their ball carrier, which makes everything a lot harder with the ball for the Chaos. And on the other hand, they actually don't have too much claw.
Now, both sides do have Journeyman. Perfect defense, he was happy with the defense and just opted to not change it. That's interesting to me because he's left players based by claw. I don't know if I agree with that decision already from Creighton.
Yeah, I think I would have shuffled things around a little bit. I mean, at least get the blotch off the tackle.
I mean, he has 5 Saurus. There's an extra Saurus. Now he has 4 Saurus. Holes is predictive.
I'm changing my prediction.
Straight up dead on the first block. This is why I don't understand why he didn't move on perfect defense. He just went, it's fine, hit me with your claw.
Even just changing the 2 Sauruses on the line would have been fine and the Saurus would still be standing.
Oh, okay, so that's an MNG.
Yeah. It's a block guard Saurus, I don't know.
Right.
Sorry, a block dodge Saurus.
Steve actually has a bribe as well. The Apple's gone. Fame is with Steve. There's no bench on either team. So it looks like he...
Do you want to say your catchphrase?
Yeah, blood is most definitely in the water here.
Yeah, changing the votes, the bet on who wins might be in order here. This is definitely not a good start for the Lizards.
I mean, at least all the claws gone, right? All the claws had a turn. So, it's just the foul that you've got to worry about now, and a couple of Mighty Blows. And Mighty Blow versus EV9, not all that, but message being sent from Steve, and that's, you know, claw is dangerous, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
especially...
I don't know if you need to send that message, but certainly reinforcing it every now and then.
Now, I feel like everyone's going to bag on me here for going with Samoa, but I was always going to go with Samoa. Because Claw is really good against Lizards. Right? And everyone's going to go, oh, well, you saw the first cows. Yeah, you didn't give me a chance. It was that fast. We were that fast into the damage. I also really liked focusing on the AV8 with the Mighty Blow. You don't really need Claw so much there, but trying to bring down that guard will be massive for Steve. I think I'd even maybe... Can you get over there and foul? Not really. Not really.
I mean, I wouldn't hate the loner foul on the Saurus.
It is only NBA, but it's only one assist.
Yeah, exactly right. Like, you'd be wanting 2 more assists at minimum, I think.
I mean, it's the armor value 8 Saurus, so it is a little bit better.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Maybe
That's why I say it. I wouldn't hate it, but I agree it's probably not the best play.
I'd like to try and see him focus out Lash if I was Creighton here. He needs to go for Shawnee and Lash. That's how he wins the game. He gets the claw off the pitch. And he has got a pommer.
Agreed.
And they are... One of them's AV8, one of them's AV9 with a niggle. So...
That's a failed pickup.
See, I don't... Yeah, and this is why he needed his ball carry, right? See, I don't hate putting Saurus on the line of scrimmage against the claw. I just hate not using the perfect defense to get away from the claw. That feels like a huge misplay. I mean, I think he was doing it because he didn't want them to bust through and try and claw down his pommer. But maybe he could have, at that point, put a skink on the line against the claw if he wanted to tie them up. I don't know.
Yeah, or at least not put the blotch directly next to the tackle piece. That's just sensible, even if you want to stick with the setup.
Yeah, he could have moved that in front of Lash, right? And then forced him to have to find a power to knock him down. No, I agree. I don't know. I think it was questionable. Not moving, and it was justified. It was suitably punished, let's say.
SAMOA, I wouldn't offer up 3 skinks on the LOS, because for one, the Chaos only have 2 claw pieces, so they are not that likely to find many knockdowns, and even if you put the skinks there will most likely be blitz on one of the Sauruses with a claw piece. And you also don't want to give up your skinks for free, because putting the skinks there is just asking for them to get hurt and knocked out.
I'm unsure about this. Going for I don't mind going for Beastman, but coming in from that angle because he didn't move the skinks has left him tied up, which is actually just makes him a massive sitting target for Lash. Like, I would not be surprised if Lash comes screaming in next action and just bops Terry Hall. 5 SPP away from level. He's the most dangerous player on Creaton's team as far as damage. And he's left himself open. I don't know. I think...
I'm also not sure about basing up the Loner skink here. Like, why?
I think he's just trying to...
care for him.
Yeah, he doesn't care for him. He's going to cut down on movement. And technically, having dodge means that he's actually got blodge because that Tomo is unskilled. But last action, I'd still take a both down.
Exactly. And I mean, I don't really see a big purpose here. He could have just moved him one more square back and...
Why does my gut tell me we're going to see a dead Croxigor?
Because you've watched the rest of playoffs. No, I don't see a world where he doesn't insta-blitz that Pommer with his claw. It's just so free.
He can even set up another 2 dice if he doesn't find a knockdown.
Admittedly, the second one will only be with Mighty Blow as opposed to Claw Mighty Blow, but it's still
Well,
good.
I mean, you could try and push him into the claw if you wanted to.
Hello, Manus.
You'd be blitzing with just no Mighty Blow and no claw.
Also, before I forget, thank you very much, James, for the 6-month resub. That's huge. Thank you. And I will remember to sign up at some point soon. There we go. As was foretold.
Ooh.
No
Doesn't
damage.
break.
But then again, he's got a bribe, and the dirty player is a mere GFI away from putting the boot in. Oh, and he finds the power as well. Wow. Hello. Do we feel like that Skink's life flashed before its eyes as he was spinning around in midair there?
No, it's a loner. He has no life.
Wow. Loner lives matter, Crusader. Come on.
You say that.
Yeah, he's winding up for a big ol' 1 GFI for a foul here, with 3 assists and dirty player. I think a mark is going to be left.
Ooh. That's an interesting mark.
See, I think he's going to move the claw in there as well, and he's going to be looking to set up a claw hit from based next turn because of the strength foot. No, yeah, okay, this is. He's actually gone for an extra assist, and he's going to thread. Yeah, I see what he's done here.
And now he doesn't need to do a GFI.
Yeah, and he dances the Chaos Warriors. He just realised he'd got in his own way.
Here he comes.
Injured and Apo'd Saurus bleeding hippie. It died into Apo miss next game. Oh, and no damage. Now that's interesting because I don't think the Saurus can do much other than stand up and get clawed again.
Yeah, I actually.
I'm actually wondering whether you just leave him on the ground. To be honest.
Yeah, it's whether you want to be dirty played or clawed, right?
Mm.
I mean, you could look to blitz the block Mighty Blow guard Chaos Warrior to get a chain push in to get your Saurus back into somewhat safe ground.
He'd have
away
to
from
thread
the
one of his skinks through into that gap, wouldn't he?
No, he can just come from
he
the
can
right
just
side
use
and...
No,
No,
because
no.
if he has to fill the gap above the Pommer.
Yeah, I mean, he could have moved a Saurus there.
Mhm.
Not saying that's the best thing to do here, but there is a possibility to get him out.
I think he needs to try and get him out, for certain.
Well, now we can't do that anymore.
can't just punch the Chaos Warrior in the face. It's a strategy.
I still think Creaton was really lucky there with neither the skink nor the Saurus getting removed from the pitch in the last turn.
I mean, to be fair, he did have a dead Apple MNG on turn 1, so...
Yeah, that is true.
So potentially he's paid the cost, right? He might come in and blitz off the dirty player to try and chain push out. That's still a chain push available to him to get the Pommer out.
Why are we basing the Mighty Blow now?
Trusting in AV9, I think. I don't know, I'm unsure if basing against Chaos is the strategy you want to be partaking.
I mean, I don't mind basing against Chaos, but it should serve a purpose, and to be honest, I'm not seeing a big purpose here.
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out whether he's made a mistake or not, or how he gets away from this.
I mean, he can now still blitz out his Mighty Blow piling on Saurus by blitzing the dirty player from the right side.
He can hit it from the diagonal. He can come in next to the guard Saurus, and even with a push, he'll get him out.
Yes, but he's still based next to where he most likely will be two-diced again.
At least it won't be with Claw, right? Not without enforcing a blitz.
Well, as Steve, I wouldn't hate a blitz on that piece.
Okay, is he? What's he doing now?
Are we
he
blitzing? Ooh,
One dicing with this? Oh no, he's getting really rowdy. That's a bold strategy. Because that's not going to get him out. Because he's... I think he was hoping for like a both down or pow, so he could try and bring down the dirty player. But that's just going to be a world of hurt.
I'm really confused here.
Ah, see, he knew it was going to be pushes.
Just as the ancient prophecy foretold.
He can still be blitzed. He's the problem. I don't think he can afford to go down to one reroll on turn 3. I mean, it'd be nice to do some damage, but
It'd be an aggressive move to drop yourself to one reroll.
And you still get another shot at the two dice at the Saurus, so I don't think the reroll is needed there.
Mighty Blow.
It's another one gone.
I did say it was interesting choosing best. Mighty Blow actually cracking the armor there. That's not going to do it.
He might re-roll this.
Yeah, it's still going down to one reroll though. So
yeah,
I think you really don't have to with this many Saurus removed by now.
Here's the thing, right? This isn't hard to set up a counter hit into. I think Samoa could take some real damage here. This is his chance, right?
could, but like the lack of Mighty Blow, like, you've got one Mighty Blow Saurus, you've got Mighty Blow on the Croxagore. I don't think the Lizards have enough.
James, this Elizabeth team is looking more and more like the variant they sometimes allow in stunty leagues.
Yeah. I did consider playing the stunty league Lizards in 1 minute league, just going Croxagore and then like all the skinks.
Haringzard did that. He also picked up ones. He had a Croxagore, a Saurus, and then 9 Skinks. It was interesting. Hey, Purple Saber, how's it going, my friend?
Instead, I think I went, what have I got? Kislev with 1 Blitzer.
See, I'm unsure about this player because he's very much allowing the lizards. Oh, there we go. That's going to be good. Especially if this busts armor.
It doesn't, but...
No, but he didn't follow, so he can still... If he stands up, he's got a 2 dice with Pom on the Claw Mighty Blow. I don't understand the lack of follow.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred the follow there as well. I mean, it still would have been fairly easy to clear that beast off, because the block skink can just take a 2 dice.
Yeah, but you're asking him to throw dice then. At least this way, you're not even asking him to throw dice. You can go straight into your Claw Mighty Blow Strength 4 with 2 dice. And Pom it if necessary. And your dirty player is potentially eating a Croxagore punch.
I mean, the Croxagore is fairly based up, and if the Blitz here goes wrong, this is very dangerous for the Mighty Blowsaurus.
Yeah, but it's everything is dangerous for the lizards, right?
No, he's gone for the Warrior instead.
Yeah, we find a knockdown.
And he doesn't follow, which is, again, interesting, because he keeps leaving himself open for getting donked on the noggin by this, That was a 1 dice.
That's
That
a nice
was-
Croxagore.
That was bold. That was the definition of bold. It worked, but that doesn't mean it wasn't bold.
Yeah, the 1 in 6.
I mean,
Well, it was a 1 in
a
6
Bonehead
twice.
would have been really bad as well.
Oh yeah, Bonehead would have been horrible.
I still think he should have gone for the AV8. I mean, what did he... Obviously, you know, using dice to justify decisions, but he got 3 on the armor anyway. But I mind piling on AV8 less than AV9, I suppose. Even if the AV9 does have a niggle.
I also would have preferred the punch on the ammo value 8 beast, if only because he is one of the 2 tackle pieces on the Chaos team,
Yeah.
and removing the tackle piece could really be useful.
I genuinely feel like he's a more dangerous threat to Creaton than the Chaos Warrior is. He's faster, he's stronger on the blitz, he has tackle. He can solo 3 dice skinks with tackle. That's huge, right? I mean, there's no messing about there. That is massive.
Skink doing work.
Tommy Duncan having none of Zunk's nonsense.
But now
I
we're
always
leaving
enjoy
op-
seeing Skinks knock down Chaos Warriors.
Now
This-
we're leaving a hit open on the edgy 5 piece.
There's a certain something about it, isn't there, Crusader, that just feels nice.
Yeah, they just work so hard to get those 2 dice. Hell, they work hard to get a 1 die. Uh-oh.
It's getting worse and
Oh.
worse for this lizards.
Adam Banks taking a big old smash to the noggin there, and I mean, this is exactly why Steve based up, right? To take the free hit coming. Just basically ask him to dodge out from tackle or give him a hit. Crocs, not so bothered. See, Halls, that's a terrible way of looking at it. Like, analysing the quality of a play by whether it worked or not is not the way.
It's not, but it's been happening a bit lately.
Yeah, I suppose. Right, that's a hit on Terry. Big bowl of soup and ready for some blood bowl. A bowl of blood soup? You can feel
He's safe.
You can
He's
feel
safe.
Creatine, like, unclench, can't you? Every single time a claw hit comes in on that player, you can feel him unclench. My concern now is, by not following, he's freed up Terry Hall to hunt Joe, and I'd Pom Joe. every day of the week. Because, as you say, tackle's super important in this matchup. You're not going to really want to commit back into that mess.
Who are we blitzing?
I don't know if we
Skink
are.
again?
That is the number one question.
Yeah, but it was, Manus, because it worked. Oh wait, we're back on that.
Like a waste of resources.
I suppose it's what you've got, right? I would have liked to see him fill the GFI and then Niggle take him out. That would have been hilarious. The load of skink just goes donk. No, it's just a block, Crocs. The tackle's behind it. Yeah, I'd instantly go for Joe here with the Pommer, and I'd pile on.
Yeah, I agree.
I might even re-roll it if you don't get a knockdown. Because if you can get Joe off the pitch...
I think we're making it a free... No, we're not making it.
What was that assist for?
Why did we...
Re-roll it.
I mean, if...
I'd
For
re-roll that.
reasons.
It's turn 4 and you haven't been a re-roll yet. I'd have re-rolled that.
And now you have a skink stuck again next to block tackle.
I just don't understand. Because, you know, this rookie beastman can come up and negate the Saurus. And the skink takes a 2 dice. I mean, what?
I mean, if he moves all 3 skinks over and makes it a 3 dice, I get that. That might be worth it. But just putting 1 there is pointless.
I think the Crocs is pretty lost to its fate, right? I mean...
Creaton has shown he's not afraid of the 1 dices.
Yeah, that was against a guy who didn't have block. This time it's got block.
Yeah, now it's significantly worse prospects, isn't it?
And if it goes stupid this time, it's even worse. I think it's, well, either even worse or just as bad as it was last time.
Yeah, I don't think you activate it. Neither does Creaton.
I don't think the Crocs will be blitzed. I definitely think it will be the Mighty Blow piling on Saurus again.
Do we think? It's a bit of a round the horn. I mean, if you can clear the Crocs. See, that was
Skink.
why I questioned Mark putting him there. That was just Stunty actually doing a thing and helping Joe actually get his level out of it. It was actually Stunty that pushed it into a Kaz.
Yeah, it was too.
There we go, and he is going around the horn as you suggested. And he's
You gotta
still getting
reroll
no
this.
damage.
I would have liked to actually see the Crocs block first, because if you can knock down the Crocs, you could push him into the Chaos Warriors if you come from 1 more step upwards.
He's bringing pretty good on his reroll management. I like that. After you use the initial one, but I mean, Creaton is now 3 lizards down for no damage, and he's got it. I mean,
should have used rerolls.
he's 4. He's 4 on the pitch actually, because there's a knockout as well. But
See, because now you could have blitzed the Mighty Blow piece into the space where the Chaos Warrior is now, and you could have gotten another free hit.
I think we're going to see a Saurus foul regardless. I mean, a Crocs foul. Even though he's burnt the dirty player movement, I'd probably start using Tomo, if I'm honest. Or
It's a 2 assist foul on the Crocs.
Yeah.
Simply because we have a big advantage already, I wouldn't hate it. If we were at even numbers, I wouldn't risk losing the
oh
pride
no,
on
if
this.
we were at even numbers, but the thing is, there's 4 lizards out already. 3
Yeah.
of them aren't coming back. Like, I don't hate that, to be honest. Even a stun, right? Because if this Crocs rolls over, suddenly it's marking a couple of very important players and changes the shape of Creaton's defense a little bit. Whereas, if it stays down, you know, it's a different scenario. But we all know I'm very, very bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I don't think we will see a foul anymore. I would be very surprised if the Strength 4 Beast takes a foul.
Yeah, there are just some pieces you don't foul with, right?
Yeah.
Even with a bribe. I mean, somebody fouled with Slippery, but
Who would do that?
Those-
I mean, what is wrong
those
with
were
you?
different circumstances.
He's back up on his feet.
I must say it's a well-behaved Croxigal.
He's doing the business, isn't he? He's okay. Of course, if he gets put down permanently, you won't be very well behaved. I like how he employs Manus' tactic of why bother caging the ball if you can cage your opponent. Yeah, it's not really a potato if no one can escape, right?
Pretty much.
It is an AG5 skink, but the AG5 skink alone won't do anything to your ball.
A mild inconvenience.
I mean, he has kind of opened a route to pop out and around.
Yeah, we could get a 1 dice with block, but it would involve a lot of 2 pluses and 3 pluses.
Well, he can't this turn because he's already blitzed.
Yeah,
Why
that's
would he
true.
Tackle again.
He wants to... He's probably going to best tackle both of them. He wants to palm it.
Yeah,
Oh god.
He's trying to
Yeah,
negate
but-
the guards.
to be honest, that's the best.
You
thing
have
can
to
do.
re-roll this. Why are you not
gotta re-roll
re-rolling
that.
this?
Yeah,
You've got 3
Crap.
re-rolls and 4 turns. Why are you... What are you waiting for?
at this point you
wants to
have
double
to be
speak there.
greedy. If you play it defensively, you will lose the game on attrition.
Yeah, he's playing the chaos game, right?
What do you mean? What do you mean he will lose the game on attrition? He's already losing the game on attrition.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
if
if
he's...
he would have found an injury there, he could have gotten a leg back in after this
If he
drive.
found an injury there, he's still 3 players down.
yeah, but...
If the
it's-
KO comes back, it's only 2.
And it's not so much about the players on the pitch, because he's lost this drive, right? He has lost this drive.
Yeah, I'm talking about the next drive.
He needs the
Where-
tackle
No, I
gone.
I get that, but still, like he's already lost the war of attrition at this point.
Shawnee
He's
is
down 1 injury.
Captain Push right now.
I don't know if he's tilting barbells, but he's certainly not making plays that. He was making decisions that I personally find questionable. But
I mean, I don't hate him focusing on the tackle. I just hate that he isn't willing to commit resources. This claw is being phenomenal right now, isn't it? Right? I mean, it's like we got one. We're not going to bother anymore.
yeah,
We've done our bit. We've done our job here.
didn't sign up to the Claw Union and haven't paid your dues yet.
Joe is continuing his onslaught into the lizards.
And the tackle is again next to 2 skinks.
Joe has been, to my mind, the MVP for Steve so far. He's just doing everything he can do to wrap up skinks and make sure they can't actually take actions.
To be fair, he didn't have to do too much. Creatin made it easy for him.
Well, yeah, but that's not the point. I mean, I see where you're coming from, and I don't disagree. I think Creatin needs to start getting a bit spicy with his decisions now. Like I'd love if Ken Wu can do a 1 dice to push back Zung. Hello. He started putting the boot in.
Oh, about time.
And the bribe is gone.
Yeah, but it was accepted, which is okay. And also that's a stun, so he's done for the next... He won't be punching Joe anytime soon, and Joe... He's in a nice spot to punch back. And Zunk bringing down Ken Wu shuts down any line of play to try and rescue Terry Hall. Terry Hall, I think, is going to get the fouling of his life next turn.
And Steve will get a great opportunity to go skink hunting.
Well, it's mostly because all that's left is skinks. I mean, you know, it's pretty easy to skink hunt when all your opponent really seems to have is skinks.
I mean, I would like to see Steve actually focusing on the two good skinks here, because the two good skinks are what could possibly...
Well, the two good skinks have an open play by the by. It's not easy, but if you're willing to chuck the agi one through a bunch of tackle zones and mark the ball, you can then chuck Guy Germain through and one dice the ball.
Yeah, the problem is you have no way of recovery. It's still against Chaos without a ball carrier, but...
Yeah, but the Chaos are then relying on Agi 3 recovery, right? Which is definitely... And he's seen the player.
I agree with going for it.
Like, I mean, Steve has somehow managed to give Creighton a shot on the ball with a one dice with block against an unskilled carrier when he was dominating the drive. And I don't understand how you can allow this to happen. And he's brought the ball carrier down. Yeah, well, that was a skull, right? You were always going to use a reroll. I don't like the follow, because that's... You've now got to dodge to pick up the ball.
Well, we make the dodge.
Oh, we failed the pickup, though.
Yeah, and we leave a reasonably good skink in base contact with tackle.
Yeah, but the other skink is not in base contact with tackle.
Yeah, I
Not
think
yet, but he can be blitzed by tackle.
Yeah, the blodge one will take the 3 dice, and the other one will most likely be blitzed from Joe.
No, but how can you be 4 men up on the pitch and allow a 1 dice on your ball carrier?
By being lazy.
And by being greedy. For fouls and
that
stuff.
too. You know what? I wouldn't hate seeing a foul on one of these skinks, funnily enough.
Yeah, definitely.
The Lorna, if the Lorna failed, though, it was a world of hurt, is the problem.
Well, if the Lorna failed, he'd be in no worse position than he is now.
I would like a reroll here.
Ask and you
I
shall
don't know,
receive
though,
this.
because now... I mean, if this scatter doesn't land in the hands of a Chaos player who catches it, which it hasn't...
Well, the ball is still in a position where you can pick it up next turn and still run it in.
Yeah, like, my money here says you foul Luis Mendoza, cage up around the ball, and then just move in next turn with a reroll, pick it up, and still score.
I would probably try a pick up this turn.
You have to try the pickle. Like, you have to. You have to get the ball in hand, because you're talking about Agi 3, and you don't want a 1 in 9 to lose your drive, right?
Yeah, I'd block the Crocs here and then move for the pickup with your Strength 4 piece. With the Beast.
me.
And then go for the foul if it's still your turn.
Man, the Crocs is in survival mode.
The Crocs is hunkered down here, hasn't he? He's taking the hits like a champion.
Someone has to.
Yeah, there's that, right?
Yeah, go pick up the ball. Or, I mean, like, it's fouling or trying to pick up the ball, right? Like, I mean, you can do both. But what order would you do it?
I don't know. I think I'd pick up the ball first, because, yeah, fouling's nice, but fouling, you know, I mean...
Now we do both.
And the problem with fouling is we don't actually have great scoring threats if the foul would have been a send-off.
Yeah, you had to roll dice. A lot of dice.
I completely agree. But, like, I still think you foul the Agility 5 skink. It's just too good not to.
Here we go. Fouls not working out well.
Oh,
but
get off that pitch.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, the ball, by the by, because Steve decided to run forwards, and he's playing so sloppy Joe. There's an easy...
It's a 5+ dodge to get dice on the ball right now. But...
Yeah, we could just take the 2 dice and then blitz with 2 GFIs for 1 dice.
Yeah, that's not even a dodge this time. And you've got to reroll. mean, you've got no recovery, right? But the point isn't the recovery. The point is, oh, it's a 1 dice. You're gonna reroll that. It's turn 7. You've got 2 rerolls. Stop it.
Look at that. I stand strong.
Yeah, still,
afraid
this
no
shouldn't
dice
have
roll.
been possible. This really shouldn't have been possible for the Lizards.
Like, why does he keep giving Creating a chance? I just don't understand what Steve is thinking.
He's thinking, I'm so far ahead in players on the pitch, I can get away with it. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
That's what it feels like to me. I like this. I like this player because he's now forcing. He has to either set up a chain. He has to see if Steve is capable of the chain
easy
push.
here, but I still
this
like
is
moving the loner skink in.
Yeah,
I think
it's a
that
fairly easy chain push off.
it is a fairly easy one, but you're still asking him to throw it, right? And that's the point.
Well, he had to throw a blitz anyway.
And you deny a possible... No, okay, we're still doing it. But we are also denying a possible 3 dice we maybe could have had.
Uh-oh.
No, he's fine.
Definitely just run it in. Don't do any more greedy blocks.
Yep.
Yeah, but the way he's been playing, I fully expect him to claw the Crocs. And I reckon there's going to be hits on Saurus coming too.
Uh-oh.
Well, it gets rewarded.
Uh-oh.
Actually, it's probably not the worst idea to take another 2 dice with block. If you still have a reroll. But it's easy to say when you see it has.
No,
been
I
failed.
like the Claw Mighty Blow here. I don't hate that because I know I would take that in this scenario. I don't know if I'd roll Mighty Blows. I mean, I probably would because he hasn't got block, but
Hey, you scored.
Yeah, it's still a piss poor idea to have me on the team. It never works out well in the long run.
Let's see how the KO rolls go.
Like most things, I'm more buff in digital form than I am in real life.
the
Clock stays out.
yeah, and
At least he gets 2 shots at it, right?
he was rewarded. But the thing is, he does still have Guard Germain in place, so there's every chance that this drive is going to end up 1-1. He's got a reroll. He's got the player who can do the running. It's I'll be interested to see what Steve does. Crusader didn't get appled last match when he got injured.
Yeah, no, I got badly hurt. I was okay with that.
Definitely have to put a 1-turn touchdown defense here.
Yeah, but how do you choose to go about it? Do you do the backfield press or do you do the?
Your pronunciation of Guy's name is triggering me hard now, Metal. I must admit.
Haha, Haringzod is so correct. Steve has been the first person in chat to shout up and say, by the by, that play was sloppy. Yet Steve has given a coach who is down 4 men 2 shots on ball. I mean, that's a lot. Like, I really hope Steve goes back and goes, maybe I shouldn't be so critical next time I see a mistake, because he's been playing, like, he is, I genuinely believe Steve is lucky he got that touchdown. He let so
I don't know if
much.
I'd say lucky, but it could very easily have slipped through his fingers.
I mean, if turn 7 had a failed pickup by Crusader, this would have been a whole lot scarier for...
Nah, you're relying on me
Steve
to
to run
fail,
in.
though. Just doesn't happen.
I rely on you to fail daily.
Yeah. and it doesn't happen. You're constantly disappointed.
Crusader, I am constantly disappointed in you, but not for any of the reasons you think.
Oh, You know what I'm disappointed in? That pad thai, actually. You know, well,
Pad Thai. I like a bit of pad thai.
I love pad thai. I'm not saying pad thai. The pad thai was nice, but like,
I was going to say,
you're getting old. You know, you're getting old when everything gives you heartburn.
I felt I was about to have to jump to the defense of pad thai there, and it was like, no,
No, man. Like, I love me some pad thai. But lately, it's like everything I've been eating is giving me heartburn. I gotta go probably talk to my doctor about that, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds like something you talk to a doctor about.
Or I can just do the man thing and be like, no, you know what? I ain't dead, so it can't be anything wrong.
Let's see what Creaton decides to do here to get back to the game. Because he might be looking to just set up for damage.
I'm sorry, the only decision he has is which route he one turns. You absolutely one turn.
Yeah, definitely you should one turn, but the question is, does Creaton agree with that?
If he doesn't, he's wrong. Straight up. General Scrap, as I said, the pad thai was great. And like it's the meal. If I go to a new Thai place, it's the one meal I'll get to start with, because if you fuck up a peasant food, then you're really screwed up.
Yeah, if you
That's
can't
what
get
pad thai is. Yeah.
if you can't get pad thai right, like it's not worth having anything complicated, right?
Yeah, no, exactly right. Because pad thai is just the simple peasant food of the farmers.
So what Crusade is saying is he loves the peasant food. He's repressing the populace.
Yep. I even eat in front of the starving plebs.
Wow.
Mm.
What's the plan here?
Do we not just call me crazy, but do we not just use Frenzysaurus to get the pushes required to
See, I thought
get
that
one turn
until we did.
Or am I just crazy?
I often, I like to call you crazy, right? You know I like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, and oftentimes it's a fair statement.
But I'm really unsure about what we're actually doing, to be honest.
I like the defensive setup from Steve here.
Oh well, like I obviously, spoiler alert, I didn't do a GFI that I should have done last night because I was absolutely knackered and the game was really wearing me down. And I just wanted it to end, and I miscounted and didn't do a GFI that I had to do. And I got.
To be over.
I mean, chat must have went ballistic on me because it was so obvious when I think back. But it all, and like I've been in that seat. It is so much different sitting here than sitting there, right?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
But that said, it's still definitely sloppy play here from Steve.
No, exactly. Yeah, I mean, while that being said, and knowing that it's still hard work, I'm not gonna forgive allowing shots on ball when you have this much control.
Yeah, when you're this far up in numbers, just this far ahead, you don't stay ahead by playing a sloppy game of one more.
Shouting ballistic. Why did they go ballistic? I genuinely thought I played the first half really well, for the record. And you can't exactly go, well, he's regenning all this damage, as it's my fault he's regenning.
Well, it is, because you didn't kill him hard enough.
Now, my play would be to get the ball to the skink first. But I'm constantly reminded that I don't really know what I'm talking about when it comes to Blood Bowl, so...
Yeah, going for the...
That is the first step.
Because now the pass and the catch only get harder. Definitely go for the...
Yeah, the pass is now going further, right? And... I wasn't tilted, I was just knackered.
Sure.
Keep telling yourself that.
Yeah, maybe you'll believe it if you tell yourself enough. No, he's in range. No, I fully expect you. I fully understand why you'd be knackered. Nurgle and Nurgle games.
It's not just that, dude. I've been
in range now.
Yeah, he is because this is Agi 5, right? But
yeah, but it's a skink. They can't pass far.
Even a pass that he can make.
My bigger concern is he's made the catch a 4+, and he's rolled a 1 at the worst time.
It's all academic.
Oh my days! I am so upset to see that. He did all the pushes right. The pushes were perfect, but he had to get the ball to him first.
The decision there to not pick up the ball, Harringsword, was awful.
The decision to fumble the pickup. Now, the Crocs is back.
Hey, my boy.
No, I don't think the decisions necessarily were awful, but I genuinely think doing the pushes before you do the ball was the wrong way to go about it.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, that decision in and of itself wasn't awful. Like, it was arguably the wrong decision to make at the time.
Well, my argument is 1-turns are hard, right? But the one thing that won't kill your players is getting the ball to them. No matter how badly it goes, you won't die grabbing the ball or getting the ball to your other dude. Right?
See, Harringsword, in like 99% of cases, I would agree. Like, a play would be suboptimal rather than awful. But there's always that fringe example where you just go, now that is just beyond suboptimal. Do you just 1-turn again? I mean...
If you really like being punched. I mean...
Yeah, you can't afford to risk a 1-turner here. Even if you make it, you're still in a terrible spot. You do need to go look for...
Yeah, but Travel Scrabble, the goal, to my mind, is getting the touchdown, because then you put yourself in the position where all you need to do is stall long enough on your drive to win the game. Whereas, if you play for damage, you're never winning the game off of a couple of rookie beastmen.
Also, the pass gives you an SPP point. Woo.
you know what else gives you SPP?
Excited puffing noises intensified. Wow.
Puffing's intensified.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mating call of the lesser spotted REBBL puffin.
I mean,
what is this?
If you're going for the blocks first, you're looking for pushes. Pushes won't even give you a good shot at getting an injury and SPP from there. So by just doing the pass first, if it doesn't make the pass actually worse, you're still in a better position.
To be fair, right, I have to say, Hipster took an utter beating, and he took it like a champion, to be fair.
He took an utter memeing, is what he took.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he was laughing his head off at the memes made it okay. But at the same time, it went a bit far.
There was some that took it a bit too far. But love you, Hipster. Love your work.
And, he had reasons, and he definitely had justification for why he was taking some of the action he was taking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And, I mean, I might not like the idea of giving shots on the ball to draw players out of position, but I understand it. I mean, we've seen Squiggy do the very same thing. He pulled Sage massively out of position by baiting with Yacind.
He had Yacind. Yacind is like 4 teams in and of himself.
4 teams who are all flipping
around.
No, I don't know, man. Like I say, I understand some of it, but at the same time, you've got to be careful, right? What happened to the lizards? Claw.
Well,
I would say Claw and a few minor mistakes adding up.
The memes. Some of those memes were on point too, gentlemen. Big fan of those memes.
It's interesting that he's opting to not pick up the ball before he takes, like, Saurus hits. Especially when he's got an Agi5 player. I know he wants it on the blodger, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the Agi5 guy didn't pick it up, to be honest.
You can't reroll it. You can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
As much as you sort of have to, you can't.
I mean, you want to. But you can't. You cannot. He has.
Yes, we can.
He can't use another reroll though. If he wants to get his game to overtime and have some semblance of winning, chance of winning, he can't use it.
Yeah, the lizards are truly awful at handling the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even the Agi... Right, that's not justification for not using the Agi5, though. Just going when he rolled a 1 isn't... That's not the justification. You've got a guy who's...
It's also not how the dice seed works, but yeah.
I personally would rather pick up with the blodge sidestep piece here than with the agility 5 piece. I would move the ball onto the blodge piece and keep the agility 5 piece in a position where I can hand off to if needed to make a breakthrough. Because the ball is much safer on the blodge piece, and it also leads to the chaos targeting the blodge piece instead of your agility 5 piece.
Yeah. 1 Saurus and 2 Skinks, Havoc.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. To my mind, it's better to use the reroll on the Agi 5 because at least it's a 2+ rather than a 3+. If you're gonna commit a reroll picking up the ball, at least pick up the ball with the best player at picking up the ball.
Some people go, "Oh, it's nothing but bad luck," but I mean, like, Blood Bowl's one of those games I've found that you sort of make your own luck.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like if you make the best plays possible, and you give yourself the best chances of success, you are in effect creating your own luck in the game.
I mean, sometimes the game just screws you over anyway, but...
Oh yeah, no, RNG is a cruel and fickle mistress, but...
Captain Push is back on the menu, boys. Because that's all he's getting recently. Shawnee is... It's like he got 1 at the beginning, and then went, you know what, my job's done here.
He's just charging up. He's trying to look weak to then get the final punch and kill someone again.
It's the ultimate bait, right?
He's trying to bait Terry Hall into getting overconfident.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh man, I'm out of energy. Oh, I can't do anything anymore. Oh, bam!"
Lads, I'm tired now. I've used it all. I can't really no.
I mean, he's probably thinking, I could knock him down. I could maybe stun him, but I'd much rather save my energy now and kill him later.
Can be like that, Swedish Sock. Can be like that.
See, I've got an ex-wife now, and I love, and you know, well, it tells you everything you need to know that I named my beast of Nurgle after her.
Well, you said you have an ex-wife now and that you love, and I'm thinking, love does not go into that sentence.
Exactly, that's my point. I was actually going to say I love my beast of Nurgle.
Well, there you go.
No, it just took me forever to get rid of it, James. A lot like a beast of Nurgle.
Oh no, it doesn't take long to get rid of a beast of Nurgle. You just do silly things with it.
Hey, I had to injure it twice last night. Bloody regen. Bloody regen. Crusader, you're being targeted. Are you going to be pommed? I don't think so.
Crusader's
It
fine.
would be ill-advised. I feel the pom.
I wonder why you would say that.
Don't pom me. I'm nice.
Dirty player. If you put that Saurus on the ground, you're probably going to stick everything you can around it and kick the crap out of it.
Yeah,
The dirty player's gone though, and the ref has not been fond of the foul.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You've got a loner beastman. If you can free him up, I'd loan him.
The problem with piling on Saurus is that you always much rather have them standing. Unless you're in a position where
That's not
probably
metal.
doesn't matter.
That's Crusader. I think I'm a rookie somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there. I'm probably about to get frenzied.
Hmm. There's worse things in life, right?
What, than getting frenzied? Probably not.
Well, yeah, getting dead.
Now, if he's willing to bring the Saurus round, he can set up a 1 dice into a 2 dice. He could bring the rookie Skincraft as well.
We have a cage.
I would have liked to see the Loner Skink move in front of the Agility 5 piece. Ooh, Croc's doing work.
I love that big bite. Taking a chunk out of Mumulgauze. That's a word.
Yeah, just laying on the ground, I've got a Terry Hall going. That was a nice hit, though.
I don't know.
Bring it on.
I think he should have worked to try and free Dwayne Robertson up a bit, because this guard is just going to smash him with the claw now, isn't it? Here we go. And he's found something that's not a push.
Save me, Shawnee.
Let's have a look, see if he saved himself up. He got himself a KO. That's not a kill. He could be back in overtime if we get there.
See, we didn't power up long enough. Now it's only a KO.
You're saying he's like Venusaur who's trying to use like Solar Beam? He has to
No,
charge up
he's
for a couple of turns?
a Saiyan. He was spirit bombing.
Well, I mean,
You see what I'm saying? Sorry. I instantly knew that was terrible as soon as I said it.
yeah.
But I still went for it. Because screw you, Crusader.
You mean screw me? I have a whole team named after Saiyans.
I would have
Spirit
liked to
Bomb
see
does work on occasion.
that Beast just mark up the Crocs.
Yeah, I don't understand why he's not feeding these rookies to the Crocs.
I guess he values Tomo's life. Yeah, and Swag's right. I was just going to say, like, the Spirit Bomb is not a Saiyan technique. It comes from King Kai.
See this Dwayne Robertson being shown that he was actually really, really smart. By, are we considering a reroll here? That would be insane.
It would be. What is it? Bold?
I would have thought he was just trying to get extra time to figure out where he wants to push it, but
Attack as
attack. I don't want to agree with King Fox Club, but I'm thinking back on it. I mean, like, the Spirit Bomb killed Boo. And
See, I mean, to be fair, morally came in with that banger. He even dropped the word peasant at you, which is interesting.
I never said it doesn't work. You said it doesn't work.
I didn't say it doesn't work. I just said he was charging up a Spirit Bomb, and then everyone else discussed the merits of the Spirit Bomb. I'll have you know.
you know it, and people blame me about talking about cockroach milk.
See? Cunning Fox Pup said it doesn't work. Quick greenhorn question. If the team implodes and you remake the team, goes into Standard League without... That's correct, Swedish Salt. You play the fresh team at TV 1000 in the regular season. Because otherwise, everyone would play Wood Elves with all positionals and no rerolls, and go absolutely mental, and then if anything died, just go, nah, well, we'll reroll. And then if they didn't die, they'd have an incredible team.
That's why I'd also always advise to just play all the greenhorn games you can, because you might get a level on a key player, which is, for example, strength, and you might think to yourself, maybe I want to keep the team after all.
And it gives you something to do. And that shouldn't be underestimated. Wow, this is a bold strategy. He's clearly, like, Fultor has gone rogue. First action blitz with a big guy. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I would have. I mean, to me, it's looking like he's looking to cage up again in the center, which isn't a bad idea, but I still would have liked to see.
Well, he's either going to flip. He's either planning to flip back to the center and cage up, or he's just planning to hand off to Agi5 and go.
Heading off there would be risky just because you're scoring early, and it's still not a great shot at a score. It's a lot of 2+.
Ha!
Yeah,
Dead old for the minus.
That's a bit rough. But I mean, like, Norse. I'm not too familiar with the Norse cost, but from memory, they're not exactly expensive, right?
Well, because you don't have to buy him any armor. All you have to do is buy him a pair of pants, right?
I mean, like, I imagine like body oil is probably expensive.
Don't act like you don't know.
But
oh
yeah,
Jesus!
that's a bit rough.
What did you do? Like,
who did you play?
I mean, it is Norse. Norse break easily if the game goes wrong.
Oh, okay. So he played against a team full of punji sticks. Got it.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
like finish the greenhorn because it may not be as bad as you think. You might get the cash, you might get some levels.
And you might get to kill stuff and ruin other people's teams.
well, I don't think that's the aim. I
mean, that's the aim of the devastation if 2 seasons worth of pitching in a Billy League, but yeah.
Yeah, but if it gets worse, I mean, it's for fun at this point. Just have the fun, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's the same reason you go for a turn 16 foul.
Okay, well, I guess.
To Dark Elves, wow. Getting that murdered by Dark Elves is brutal.
Probably had an assassin.
I played against the Dark Elf
In
Assassin.
what world is this Dark Elf Assassin good?
None. I wholeheartedly none.
I think he needs to bring the skin crown to Mark the Warrior and then go for the one dice play to try and just get Dwayne Robertson a bit more sentinel.
I like the positioning here. It screens off the players a bit. I probably move it 1 more square forward.
No, because...
Which warrior were you marking up to get a 1-die? Because both those warriors have guard.
Yeah, no. So if you marked up with the skink, you could one dice with Dwayne Robertson.
Yes.
I didn't say mark as in base to negate his tackles on. I said mark as in come onto the diagonal corner.
On the other side, yeah, gotcha. Just having a one of them moments. Personally, I blame the pad thai.
What, because it's not making you think?
Oh no, man, because his heartburn's killing me. Oh.
And if you were going to do anything here, I really hate not dodging Dean Portman away. The floor is not going to hit as hard as Lash.
Well, I mean, Lash hasn't really hit that hard lately. I mean, everyone keeps saying the floor doesn't hit anywhere near as hard as, like, X-Player, but, like, I've seen failed GFIs kill people, so...
Yeah, no, but I've seen Claw kill a lot more people. Just because something has happened in the past doesn't...
Something can always fail. And I mean, he's armor value 8 anyway.
You know, I've seen videos of vending machines falling on people and hurting them. That doesn't mean I don't buy a Coke when I'm thirsty.
Well, I mean, that's just a poor decision, because sugar makes you thirstier. It's true.
Remember that time the best... I don't think it was the best player in the history. It was a good player. But I think if we're debating best player in the history of the league, I'm unsure.
There's some fine candidates for, like, quote-unquote best player in the league.
Sorry, I just put Ezekiel off of vending machine.
Funny, actually, little side note about vending machines. Coca-Cola once tried to make a vending machine that charged you more for a Coke when the weather was hotter. So they have variable pricing on their drinks inside the machine, depending on the temperature of the day.
Wow. Louis Mendoza, by the by, is made of steel. And that's not the scummiest thing Cork have done, if we're being truly honest. Do you remember...
Yeah, Pepsi.
Do you remember
Pepsi came out and went, "That's a terrible idea, man. No, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad." But I bet your bottom dollar, if they thought of it first, they'd have done the same fucking thing.
No. I'm thinking of something that they did to specifically hamstring Pepsi. Do you remember when Pepsi tried to release like the clear version of Pepsi, like Pepsi Crystal or whatever it was called?
Yeah.
Pepsi
Crystal.
Coke intentionally launched a similar product that was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah.
As a loss-leading campaign to give
Yep.
the public mentality that Pepsi Crystal was bad, and it put Pepsi
Yep.
Crystal out of business in 6 months.
Yeah, Dasani, need a bit of spunk in your life. That's really not understanding the British slang.
No, so there you go, right? I mean, that's something, right? That is literally launching a campaign to destroy a product from an opposing...
Oh yeah, it's like, we've got this big pile of money.
And
What
by
can
all
we
accounts,
do?
Pepsi Crystal was actually really good. Oh my word, what is this Croc's doing? He's gone rogue!
He's not going rogue if he keeps knocking people down, right?
If he keeps working.
He's leading by example.
Has to be said as well, Louis Mendoza's made of steel. I mean, like, really. He keeps getting hit, and he just keeps rolling with the punches.
You have to be. If you go so fast, you can't stop.
This story remembers me of when Burger King made a commercial where the clown from McDonald's is hiding and eating burgers from Burger King.
Yeah, actually, you want to know the funny thing about, like, the Burger King mascot, the King, right, was played by the same guy who played Ronald McDonald. And it gets better. The guy was a vegan.
Oh, good God. You've got to re-roll that, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah, I think you have to.
This Agi5 has got a serious case of boxes from your mum. Like, this is what my Agi5 player does, is just rolls double ones all the damn time.
You can get iron. you can get a drink called Iron Brew here in Australia, but I don't think it's the same thing as what the Scots get or the English get.
While we're doing like story time with metal, do you know Iron Brew? Right? Nobody really knows the recipe. There's only like the family who create Iron Brew are the only people who know the recipe. Yeah, and there's only 2 of them, and they will not travel on the same plane in case it goes down because nobody else knows the recipe.
They say that about Coca-Cola as well, but like it can't be true. Like, there's just no way that could possibly be true.
No, Coke. I don't think it is with Coke, but I genuinely believe that it is with Iron Brew.
I mean, someone has to actually brew that stuff, so it's hard to say they are the only ones that know it.
Well, yeah, I know that Coke sends out, like, they mix their syrup in their own in-house factories, and then send that to, different, basically, third parties who then add the carbonated water and things like that to make the Coke itself.
Exxon says that there's a computer somewhere that knows. It's the same actually as with KFC. I know some really random facts about like food and drinks and stuff. KFC, right? You know the secret spices they put on the chicken. Yeah?
Chicken grease, salt.
Yeah, hang on a sec. Right, yeah. The stuff they put on they make the
Louis.
Don't go into the light, Louis. Don't go into the light.
Go next
He
to the
will be
Crocs.
fine. He will be totally fine.
Hide in the shadow of the... Anyway, the stuff that they put on the chicken skin, the actual, like, the secret spices and stuff, he's absolutely fine. He doesn't care, right?
Yeah,
that
guys.
is made in 2 separate factories. So they make half of the mix in one factory and half the mix in the other factory, and send the 2 pouches together. So no factory has the recipe for the whole mix, and then the shop mixes them. And I knew a guy that worked for KFC that was having an allergic reaction to something, and his doctor requested the spice mixes to patch test to see if it was one of the spices he was allergic to. And they made the doctor sign a non-disclosure agreement, like a gag order, and they would only release one of the pouches and everything else in the restaurant, like samples of everything else in the restaurant as well, until they... And then they obviously then released the other pouch if they needed to. Oh, that's a KO on Ken Wu.
Bye, Kenny.
And that wasn't even Mighty Blow or Claw.
The 11 herbs and spices aren't even the original recipe of Colonel Sanders.
Well, it's 19.
And KFC once sued Colonel Sanders because he was going around saying that it's not good.
Oh, that wasn't Claw either.
Ooh.
No.
But Mighty Blow.
Yeah,
At
but
least he's alive.
losing Saurus to casual hits, that's not how you win this game, right?
There's only one
Well,
Saurus
no.
left. All the others are gone.
You say there's only one Saurus left, but there's a 1 dice with Claw coming his way.
But yeah, Colonel Sanders was going around saying that the KFC chicken didn't taste anywhere near as good as his and it was bad and whatnot, so KFC sued him, and he won the lawsuit.
I don't know why KFC would sue him. He was the founder.
And we score!
Because he was going around saying that the chicken doesn't taste any good.
Yeah, Mighty Blow did nothing for them, by the way.
Now, how do you say that name?
I'm not going to say it. In fact, I want to, just to annoy you. But, yeah, that burst of speed came out of... Oh, gosh, and the Chaos are back to get hit again, so that's something.
I mean...
Oh, gosh. If you're a Saurus on this team, right now, like...
I'd be looking for a pay rise.
I'm sorry, James, but you're wrong. KFC's great.
I mean...
Why is peasant the new insult, by the by?
Peasant's not a new insult.
No, but it's the one that's being thrown around in chat. It's pretty new to this chat. Obviously, calling someone a peasant is actually fairly old as far as insults go. But that's not the point I'm making.
I mean, you guys started it earlier.
No, that chat started it and then we brought up the term peasant. Your simple surf taste.
I mean, the one thing, my issue with KFC is that it's still fairly expensive.
It is for you guys in Europe. If because in Europe, don't you guys? We had a couple of Dutch people staying with us while the girlfriend, she was studying. And Arn, the guy, we went to McDonald's one day, and he was just blown away by how cheap McDonald's was over here. And we're all sitting here going, no, it's not cheap. It's not overly expensive, but it's not cheap. But he was saying that over in Europe, like, there's a lot of taxes and things, like, on these fast food places, so everything's just so expensive. So... I know, like, McDonald's in America is real cheap for what you get. It is so cheap.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's the case anymore, but I believe in America the cheeseburger still goes for $1. Might be wrong here, but here in Germany we are paying €1.40 for a cheeseburger at this point.
Yeah, which is about...
Good
I don't know.
Good old days when it was still €1.
Is this the new cockroach milk?
What, complaining about the price of food?
No,
Complaining about the price
discussing
of inflation in this day and age.
Right. Right, this is an interesting one. I know they do in Europe. Is like America or Aussie, do they sell beer in your fast food restaurants?
No.
Because they do in Europe.
Yeah, so in Australia, you need to be a licensed venue if you're going to sell alcohol, which means you need to have basically a liquor license, which is it can cost you like $30,000 to do all the training and get your license and whatnot. So you don't find beer in fast food places.
Yeah, also I believe there's no beer and fast food places here in Germany.
Yeah, and of course,
I mean,
Australia.
To be fair, I have been to Germany, but I didn't go to a fast food place because I was only there for a couple of days. I was in Berlin.
Australia, whilst it's one country, like our states have various levels of autonomy. So, for example, liquor laws in Australia, right? In New South Wales, if you have a bar, people who are under the age of 18 can't come within, I think it's 1.5 meters, maybe 2 meters of the bar itself. Whereas, like in Victoria, kids can go right up to the bar. You can actually, like, if you're a kid in Victoria, you can go to the bar and buy a Coke from the bar. You still need to have like a guardian who's on the premises. But yeah, if you're an underage person in, say, New South Wales, you can't even go to the bar to get a soft drink. So liquor laws over in Australia vary from state to state.
I like this shot, right? Straight into the good skink who just scored a touchdown. And it's 75 out of 76. He could not make that next level. He could also be just fine. We'll find out after the sidestep. He's fine.
I always thought it funny when I was visiting America and we were in Las Vegas and I was still underage and we actually only wanted to get to I think it was a buffet in one of the casinos and
Yep.
they actually had to escort us through the gambling area to get to there.
So, one of the things that surprised, like, a friend of mine took his girlfriend. She just turned 18. He was 21, and he wanted to surprise her for her birthday. So he booked a cruise. It was like a 7-night cruise or whatever it was. And and they got the drinks package and whatnot. And they get on the boat, and they
Did
find
anyone
out
else think that was a very strange GFI?
it was bold, unneeded,
Like,
but
I think I understand why, because a bad scatter on that ball could have left the Agi-5 capable of recovery, but I still think the Agi-5 would have been capable of recovery just coming the other way around anyway. It would have just had to go through tackle, so I'm unsure as to why you'd throw a random GFI there. Click Agi-5, click ball, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
He can't now,
yeah.
it's one square out. Is there a way?
Yeah. Why is there a way to get to the ball? You can go mark it.
He's off, lads. Oh, hang on, that's...
I think that's actually a good use of the skink. You don't really have a shot at the ball, and this gives you the opportunity to get some kind of positioning back into the game.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think using the Agi-5 as a mobile, I can always get a mark to maybe create a 2 dice is smart. I have to say, I feel really bad for creating that his Mighty Blow has done literally bugger and all, right?
Yeah.
Things you can't re-roll, that.
Yeah. So yeah, they get on this boat. They find out it's a Yanked boat, which means that the Yank laws apply to it. So
21 for drinking.
yeah, so this girl who her boyfriend has surprised with a cruise for her 18th birthday, where in Australia she could get as blind drunk as she wanted to, had to spend 7 days on this ship not being able to drink. So.
I mean, to be fair, not everyone is interested in drinking as soon as they get it.
No, you say that, but you're forgetting that Aussies exist.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of Australians I know who don't drink. Excess, I'm looking at you. But it is sort of like a rite of passage that when you turn 18, you can legally drink for the first time. You do get pretty drunk.
Yeah, sure, but here in Germany, the people get drunk when they're 14 already, so...
That's
but
another...
That's because you're allowed to drink at that age, though.
That's another break
No,
to the chaos.
they actually only
without
allowed
the claw.
at 16, but
There's a
usually
game.
they find
Things are actually
means
happening. Boys.
What,
You
do
were the one talking about food stories all game long, and now you're complaining?
Not all game long. Not all game long.
Just most of it.
I was only using the downtime. There's actually stuff happening right now. Interesting choice to go for the Crocs with the claw.
Well, I mean, it's as good as target as any, considering it's the only real target standing.
Yeah,
I
but that
think
said,
the
if he
skinks
fails the
are
pickup,
much bigger target, since the skinks are what can threaten the one-turner.
well, you're not about to one turn with a Crocs.
You're not about to one turn with 5 lizards on the pitch either.
Yeah, it's not that hard. And if he fails this pickup, he hasn't. But if he'd failed that pickup, I mean, he'd have been in all sorts of trouble, right?
And he's still quite some way to go to score himself.
Yeah, I think the lizards are we're gonna be seeing some more dodges, right?
Well, I mean, in this situation, you've just got to keep throwing things and seeing if it sticks, right?
I feel like you've got to. I don't know another way to do it. There is tackle on the skinks, however, that doesn't mean there's no options.
Yeah, there may be tackle on the skinks, but they are literally animals that are backed into a corner at this point in time, aren't they?
Why did we move the beast over there to the right side?
To do that?
Yeah, but I think it would have been better the other way around, because now we have the opportunity to go for a 5+ dodge with the Saurus. Well, not anymore.
Yeah. Nope.
Well, now we have it again.
Yeah. Moo, you're an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly simple 3+ dodge, run around the horn, mark that up, 5+ to 1 dice the ball. I mean, I say simple, but I mean,
Yep.
like, Creighton has to start throwing dice.
Yeah, but why are we offering this up again?
Anyone who's watched a Rebel playoff game knows that you don't rely on Saurus not doing 5+. Like, you don't.
Well,
No, I mean, I've watched Riscardi play enough that I now believe that Saurus just score at will anyway, so...
But it's not even.
Saurus-
It's not even that. It's the famous Hood cricket game where they just pulled 5+ dodges all day. I mean, he clearly is opting to not now, which is sad. He might be a little bit gun shy, I guess.
yeah, but I think this was the best opportunity he was going to get.
Yeah, it was. He wrapped Guy around, and then 5+ his way out, or he could just do a 1 dice into claw. That is. I mean, I've talked about ball, but chucking a 1 dice with a Crocs at a claw player feels like a really good way to not have a Crocs anymore.
Well, I mean, like, it's only a 1 in 6 that he ends up with the Croxicle on his ass, right?
Yeah, but do you risk
You
it?
got block. Well, I mean, you've got to do something, right?
Yeah, but why that? I mean,
Yeah, I think I'd rather have seen him go for the ball instead of this.
now from here, I wouldn't mind him dodging the rookie in front of the killer, but he sloughed it up. And the floor hit hard enough. Yeah, Saitilum in chat picked up exactly what I was thinking was the plan.
I mean, you're asking a lot there, though, right?
Not
One die
really.
power Saurus, so you're asking for a 5+ dodge.
Yeah, but the 5+s are 1 in 3 chances, right? Like, why give your opponent a 1 in 3 chance, followed by another 1 in 3 chance to loot for you to drop the ball?
No, I get that. But what are the odds on that play? Like, you had to dodge a skink through tackle
So a
to
3+.
get around the mark.
So 2 in
Yeah.
3. 2 in
And
3,
you're
then
gonna
1.
make
2 in
you're gonna
3,
make
then
2
1 in
five-
3, then
basically
1 in
2
3.
5 passes.
Yeah, that's not impossible. Like, you've played Blood Bowl, right?
What are the odds? What are the odds?
You've
To be
played Blood Bowl,
honest,
right?
No,
Every
of course
odd,
I made terrible plays, like
Right.
percentage plays.
And the
Yeah.
odds are too damn high for what they should have been. The fact that those odds exist is sloppy play. And that's my argument, Crusader. And I'm sticking to it. So no.
I'm not saying it's not a fair argument. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, though, like, it's not exactly likely.
By the by, Steve is in a position where he actually has to roll GFIs.
Yeah, I was thinking he should have done his GFIs last turn, actually.
Although with the Agi 5 being out, if he fails the GFIs, it's not the end of the world. Especially with 3 rerolls in his pocket. But it would be hilarious to watch Crusader the player fail a GFI, fall on his ass and die.
I mean, I've said it. I shouldn't be on the teams. People put me on teams and making big mistakes. Have you noticed that I've never self-inserted myself on a team?
Well, whatever what you self-insert into is none of my business, Crusader.
Like, whatever a consenting adult does, Metal.
I don't know. I feel like, considering he's been in control, and it's impossible to argue that Steve's been in control for the entire game. I feel like he's played very, very fast and loose.
Well, it's not impossible. You just be wrong.
first GFI is made. Second as well.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he's in
1,
range.
2,
now.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, no more dice rolls needed. That should Theoretically, unless we can get some magic out of Creighton, put the game into Steve's hands. Although he's got a lot to go back to, I think.
Uphill blitz with a skink.
Yeah, it's a uphill 3. Uphill 3 dice red.
It's a 3 dice uphill, yeah.
We would need to make
I mean,
5
what
plus
other
dodge
options do you
to...
have?
He's got a 5 plus dodge option.
I think if he's going to try that, he's sort of like if he wants to get overtime, as much as he shouldn't use that last reroll, he's really got no choice now.
Well, yeah,
of course we go for the reroll.
You have to, because it's how you get to overtime, right?
Mm.
Like, at this point...
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be making that block.
He just wanted to show off the bite animation again.
Well, I got a punch, but to be fair,
Yeah, so did I,
we've
actually.
finally got a removal that wasn't the guy getting sent off by the ref. That's something. But yeah, he's asking for magic right now. And that's not magic.
He's just looking to find damage, I believe.
Yeah, he's just trying to send him to the next round with some damage, which is not... It's not the one. Just uphill. Uphill, you little skink. Be bold, be brave, You should have saved a reroll for this, by the way.
Be injured, Key.
He used the reroll on the 1 dice.
I know, but he shouldn't have done the 1 dice. Like...
He also
GG's.
should have gone the other way around, because this is 2 dodges from tackle.
Well, there's always a chance that Steve makes a blitz here and tries to get some SPB and skulls it, I guess.
I think it's the customary exchange of GGs. Although I'm apparently incorrect.
Can we make it a 3 dice?
We use strength 5 on the blitz.
5,
so
6, 7, 8, 9. No, well, yeah. You would need another guard piece to get a 3 die, right? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Counting with Crusader right now.
I mean, Crusader learned from the best. The one and only super fit.
Mm. No, see, I got this right, whereas Superfed got it wrong.
I don't know why he marked up the killer servers. He could have just marked up the
I think
rest
he was
servers
thinking
and
he
go
could get
for
it.
the 3 dice. Yeah, we
I
could.
think he was thinking he could have got a 3 die, but he's not going to take it.
He scores!
Well,
And
that was
it's
the
you
thing.
again. Match winner here.
Still a bad idea.
Well, that certainly has been a game. Maybe a little closer than it should have been.
Yeah, it was fairly by the numbers. Oh, Greg Goldberg grabbing up the level that we were talking about. So he's, I'm assuming, going to be Blodge Guard next, which is pretty good.
It ain't bad at all.
But yeah, I mean, look at that. That's 4 armor breaks when one of your players had Pom, who never pommed, by the way. He only Mighty Blowed.
I mean, we could argue about piling on a Saurus being not the best choice.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's a given, right? Like, I don't understand why so many lizards are just not taking, you know, break tackle, which is such a good skill. Like, we've seen right there. I mean, look at the if you look at that game, if a couple of those Saurus had break tackle, Steve would have lost. Simple. That's a hard fact.
Well, that might be leaning out of the window a bit far as a hard fact, but a break tackle Saurus certainly would have helped.
Okay, if he'd have played like that, and there'd have been a break tackle Saurus, he'd have lost. Is that better, Mr. Puffin?
We might have gone to overtime. Still think the Lizards probably would have lost that. With the armor breaks and removals we got.
Yeah, but Steve, I think if you're 4 men up, giving shots on the balls are going too far. To be fair. But that's just me. Like, you call me traditional, but I don't tend to think that if you've got such a strength advantage, you should be letting people hit your ball.
And not even only the end of the second half, there was situations in the first half as well.
Yeah. Like, a break tacklesaurus at the right time would have taken the ball off him in both drives.
Well, you're saying that, but if there is a break tacklesaurus, usually the coach plays around the break tacklesaurus, at least a little bit.
But you also assume that the coach plays around giving shots up on ball when he's got numbers. Like, I know, I'm not trying to say someone's good, someone's bad, someone's whatever, but there's a lot to look at and go, maybe I need to tighten up for next match. Just me. What do we say, Crusader? Wow. You're uncharacteristically quiet during this conversation.
Look, you know, I'm not going to disagree. I think that there is some aspects there that absolutely could have been tightened up and played better, I suppose. But, you know, at the end of the day, Steve got the win. Now, as to whether or not he feels like he played well or not is entirely on him.
Now, the question is, do we know who he's playing? Is that still under embargo?
Let me have a gander real quick.
Because I'm pretty sure I know who he's playing, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it.
Can't even find the game
Well,
on the bracket. Which game are we just
Judging from the game we just watched, he might be playing himself.
Yeah, Steve plays himself for the next round.
I must be going blind because I can't find him on the bracket.
He's hiding.
Yeah,
Apparently so.
Come on, Crusader.
Try toggling spoilers that sometimes help. Just
No, I
make
have.
it more.
Crusader's so bad at life. Ah, it doesn't even tell us in client. That's interesting. Oh, should probably come off that. Yeah. You can. Okay, we can. Announce. Yes, we're just double checking that I'm right. I've been out of the game for a while, Langsord. That's Gidernick. Okay, we can announce that it's Gidernick. Thank you, Harrison.
Well, there it is, yeah.
Look, I relied on Crusader, right? And this is again why we don't rely on Crusader.
Oh, I mean, I just couldn't find Steven creating on the bracket. I looked everywhere but where they were.
Well, that's going to be a claw fest. That's
It'll be something, that's for sure.
yeah. I don't think Steve's going to get away with 4 arm bricks in that one. Personally, because if there's anything I've learned from watching Gidernick is he's a bit bloodthirsty, and he does like to hit things.
Yeah, he's not afraid to take the hits where he has to. That is certainly for sure.
Well, anyway, I think it's time to wrap this one up. So if you just give me one moment.
Seems like there is another co-caster there who wants to share his opinion.
share her opinion, I think, yeah.
So, Crusader, shall we use this time to talk about certain insect milk products?
No cockroach milk. No. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you to both Hindus and, of course, Crusader.
It was a pleasure. Great fun.
It certainly was that.
It was definitely a thing. There was lots of Blood Bowl happened, and yeah, there's another game tomorrow on my channel actually, which is, I think, just double checking, it's about 25 minutes from now, tomorrow. Yeah. So in 24 hours and 25 minutes, we will be casting the Sage game. Sage versus Infinite Pink, which is a battle of G-Man 1 versus G-Man 2. Sage will be looking to see if he can do better in playoffs versus Nurgle than he did in season versus Nurgle, given that I beat the nonsense out of him 2-0 and wrecked a bunch of his players. My bad. So, you know, he'll be looking to try and conquer that, and obviously Infinite Pink's slightly wonky build will be looking to see if it can replicate my success against Sage. So do tune in. That's 24 and a half hours, more or less. Otherwise, you all stay classy. Here's that lovely video.
We promised drama, and the round of 64 delivered.
Oh my god. Sammy the Screwdriver coming out swinging.
We were treated to the best that Rebel had to offer, and the worst. All apple pies, going in for a blitz, and he has 1 in 9 dates. The Big O have been relentless in their pursuit of glory, but can they keep it up? Now, the Division 1 winners enter the fray, with a former champion among them. The pressure is ramping up, but there's plenty more blood still to be spilled.
Oh, Pizarro, no!
Welcome to the round of 32. Limpy goes in. Have you ever seen this before? And the fourth Doctor.
Bloody hell.
The fourth Doctor dies.
No big deal, boys. We're done.
Oh stop! What? Oh that!
First blood?
Blower is out.
Intercepted. It's a bull centaur intercepted. That is just worse.
This is a massacre right now. The tree will attack on its own here in the Rebel playoffs. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Has just transferred his viewership over. Thank you very much. Welcome, Metal viewers. Those of you who probably know a lot about Rebel. So this is a rival league, or we should say different league. It's not a rival, it's a different league that I'm playing in right now. And I'm playing on behalf of my normal co-caster, Zunk. It's not going very well. So if you're watching for the first time, I can play a little bit, promise. Oh yeah, we got that. There you go, McNaughton. I've even put the Rebel command in for you.
I had my first game of Rebel Greenhorn the other day.
All right, yeah. How did that go?
I lost to some orcs, but I must admit, I should. After watching you today, I thought, oh yeah,
That was an awful game.
Yes, there were quite a few misplays on both sides.
I don't understand, man.